Good morning. Here we are, Fall 3, Year 1. We've got about 1,000 pumpkins planted on the farm right now. We're getting our free Joja colas. Why am I not harvesting this? What is going on? It won't let me get the soda. Okay, I could get the quartz. There we go. I don't know what was going on there. That's never happened. All right. We've got 1,000 pumpkins planted, and they're all being watered by sprinklers. We're going to want to make more sprinklers. We still have some empty space down here. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, or even 30 more quality sprinklers we can make to fill in the rest of that bottom section. And while we're doing that, we're going to be trying to make moves towards getting access to iridium sprinklers by going into the skull caverns. Amaranth for Marnie's cows. I may or may not bother with that. Love you, bud. Alright. We've got a legend row there. Alright, and we can probably make a few sprinklers right now. We can make eight sprinklers. 7. Oh, we only have 7 quartz. Okay. But we do not have too many more of anything. So we definitely need to go farm some ore to start making more sprinklers. At about 30 more quality sprinklers, so 23 more now, we're going to want to stop with the quality sprinklers and really focus on trying to start doing iridium sprinklers. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and place these. I'm going to leave them empty until our second pumpkin planting. I don't want these to be all different stages of growth. At this point, I don't think we're going to get a second harvest of pumpkins if we plant today. So I'm just going to let it wait. This is enough. We have 1,000 pumpkins in the ground. I'm curious what that's going to bring. Probably 500 to 600,000 gold at least. Okay. We can go ahead and sell this corn. We don't need that. And we'll drop that quartz in the bin. Now, we do want to upgrade our hoe, so we might want to wait until the iron ore is done there. So let's go chop down a couple trees, just for a few minutes. We can clear up some debris here. Check the bat cave. We haven't been checking. This is only the second time. It is fall 3. This is the second time I have been in this cave all year. Alright, so we do want to upgrade that hoe though, because after this, the second planting of pumpkins is shaping up to be a major event here on the farm. So we're going to want to be ready. with an upgraded hoe and an upgraded watering can. That's partly why we're avoiding planting more right now, because I don't want to get out ahead of the sprinklers. Alright, the iron should be done. So I'm going to go back and get that. And we'll drop our hoe off at Clint's and go farm some ore for the rest of the day. We just need one more. Okay, we've got a bunch of forage. A few fruits. Keep in mind, all these tree fruits are universally liked. So we can just, if we want to start gifting people stuff, we can just snag stuff out of that box right there where I've been dropping the fruit. And no one dislikes it. Okay. So if our goal right now is to drop off our hoe and go farm some ore, we're ready to go. Let's pop a Joja Cola. Not like that. And go to town. While we have our hoe, we'll just go ahead and hit any artifact spots we see, because we're about to not have it anymore for a couple days. Alright, there's our special order board. We're very specifically looking for 2 special orders. One of them is the biome balance from Demetrius, and I believe we just have to catch a few of a random type of fish. After that, we get the recipe for the farm computer, which is going to be helpful for us because we have so many crops. The other one we're going to be looking for is the prismatic slime, because that gets us access to monster musk. The monster musk is going to be important just for us to level our combat up to 10, to make absolutely certain that we can level up our combat to 10 as quickly and easily as possible. Take care. Chill. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop our hoe off at Clint's. When we are in the middle of planting, obviously we want to keep all of our farming equipment, scythe, the hoe, and the watering can. In the times between planting, that's when we want to upgrade those tools. And at this point, at any point, I want to start upgrading my pan, because panning is one of the best ways to accumulate iridium if we're not doing skull cavern runs. I do intend to start those runs very soon, but for now we're still just trying to flesh out the farm field a little bit. We did get lucky and we got a prismatic shard, so I do have the galaxy sword. However, and this may be a hot take, this may be one of my hottest takes on this game, I prefer the lava katana. when I go do Skull Cavern runs, I'm not really engaging in the combat. I'm just bombing everything. I like to have that extra defense that comes with the lava katana to reduce the amount of damage I'm taking from my own bombs. And also from monsters. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here, so we're just gonna start from the top. Wow. That's a lot of iron, guys. Alright, we've got a purple rock there. Alright, let's rearrange our inventory so we can see our main goals here, which is iron, coal, quartz, and if we decide we want to, we can do some gold farming today as well on floor 80 to 81. I think I really want to focus on iron ore right now because we don't have access to the dwarf yet. We still need one more scroll. We're going to have to make our own bombs, which means lots of charcoal, lots of coal, and lots of iron ore. So I think I'm just gonna stay with the iron for now. I want at a minimum 100 regular bombs to go to do a Skull Cavern run. And then what we'll do once we have 100 bombs is we will start checking the TV every day and waiting for an iridium luck day. And we'll get some spicy eel and triple shot espresso. We might, for these first couple, we might just buy a bunch of coffee from Gus because I don't have so many I only have the one crystallarium right now because it takes 2 iridium bars to make a crystallarium. What we're going to want is at least 2 crystallariums for jade for staircases, 2 crystallariums for rubies for spicy eel, 2 crystallariums for diamonds for triple shot espressos. And we might want to keep doing the quartz because where'd that? There it is. Garden pots take refined quartz, and we're gonna want, I think, about 60 in the greenhouse to fill in space after all the fruit trees have grown. So we're not gonna stop getting the quartz now just because we have enough for our quality sprinklers. We're gonna keep going for those garden pots. But mainly, we just need to get at least one good Skull Cavern run in so that we have enough iridium to get those crystallariums running to make our future Skull Cavern runs more profitable. So that we can then start focusing in on iridium sprinklers as our main production line item. All right. We're not going to ignore the combat here. We can use the experience. Hopefully I didn't accidentally click on the ladder there, because that was a lot of iron ore that I would have missed out on. Alright, starting from the top. We currently have level 9 mining, level 9 fishing. We do need to spend a day fishing just to top that off. Fishing in spring is definitely a great money maker. After that, it stops being so important. Since we're not going for perfection, we're not trying to catch every fish in the game. But we do need to spend some time making sure we get that to level 10. Combat is the one that lags behind for me. Foraging levels up with just chopping lots of trees. And with harvesting wild seeds, which we're not doing as much during this fall because we've filled our farm with pumpkins. So we should probably hit mining 10 pretty soon. If nothing else, we will absolutely hit mining 10 on our first Skull Cavern run. And I think that's what we're going to use most of this iron ore for. We will go to the quarry, and we should get a decent amount of coal from there. We'll keep loading up the charcoal kilns, and we'll try to get enough coal to make 100 bombs. At that point, we know we're in for a decent Skull Cavern run when we get a good luck day. So maybe here in a second, once we hit 150 iron ore, which just happened, we'll go ahead and time out and go. I'm not going to chase down that one iron ore. We're going to go to the quarry. We're going to clear out the quarry. And then we're going to head back to the farm and get those charcoal kilns going. I came through the quarry once before and just focused on the iron ore nodes. This time I'm gonna try to clear out the entire thing if I can. Definitely not worth passing out here, but because we have the mine carts running, we can get home very quickly. So we can definitely stay out past midnight here. No problems. Try not to let, okay, we let a seed and a sap go away. Not a bad, not terrible. Probably should have thought ahead of time on that one. You can control the direction the tree falls by just being on one side or the other of the bisecting line, the half line of the visual of the tree. If you're to the left of half, the tree goes right. If you're to the right of half, the tree goes left. We don't have a hoe for that artifact spot. Okay, we're gonna eat, because we're not done here. we've got 31 coal from our adventures so far today. That's not bad. You're not really guaranteed a lot of coal from the mine, which is a little strange. You're guaranteed some coal. That's why we've been utilizing the charcoal kilns. I don't think I've ever needed them so much as on this save file because of all of the sprinklers. We need to make so much bars, and also the seed makers took a good bit of coal, even though we only made 6 of them. Alright, we're getting pretty close to that time where we're going to want to go home, whether we're done with this or not. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and get the ore nodes and then head out. We do want to load up the machines before we go to bed, so we want a couple extra minutes here. Okay, so we want to load up the charcoal kilns. We do not actually want to load the furnaces right now. What we want to do, let me put things in the proper boxes here. Sap. Alright. What we want to do is we want to make, here we go, we absolutely can make 100 bombs. Okay. So, can I, yeah. Alright. Oh, never mind, it takes 4 iron to make 1 bomb. Okay. So we need the rest of that. Alright, well that's not ideal. I think I'd like to do another day farming iron ore. I really don't want to be doing a skull cavern run with less than 100 bombs. We have 10 staircases. That's more than enough. That's plenty. We only want the staircases for infested floors, or if a floor just really is getting the best of us. So 10 staircases is more than enough. Usually about 5 is enough to do a good skull cavern run and come home with hundreds of iridium and gold and iron and copper and 1,000 stone. Okay, so we're gonna drop our forageables in there, and that should be it. Let's just have a check on our strawberries. Okay, it's not today. We've got 1 peach tree in there. I'd like to fill the whole thing with peaches because they're a universally liked gift, and it's much more convenient to have 1 giant stack of something instead of a bunch of different things. I love you, bud. Alright. So probably we're just gonna farm iron ore again today. It's definitely not wasted time. The bookseller's in town today. We don't really have any extra jade. Once we get crystallariums, again, we're going to want 2 jade 2 diamonds, 2 rubies, and 2 quartz, so that we can continue making garden pots, buying spicy eel, staircases, and triple shot espressos. We may need more than 2 for the diamonds, because they take, I think it's 5 days, maybe even 6. So, and you'll need 3 to 5 triple shot espressos per day of being in the skull caverns. Okay. So I guess we just load up our charcoal kilns. Love you, bud. And then we go. We want tons of iron ore. I believe we can get up to 200 ore in one day, probably well over 200 ore in one day. So with today being a iron ore farming day, I think we should be able to get up to that 100 bombs goal. And then we can start looking for a day to go to the skull caverns. Because of we haven't done this before, this would be our first skull cavern run. We just have to take the bus. We don't have a lot of omni geodes, so we can't buy warp totems to the desert yet. But as soon as we're done with one skull cavern run, we will be buying warp totems for the desert, and then we'll be able to spend even more time and have more efficient skull cavern runs. Alright, that's our level 10 mining. That's great. That's great. That means we can absolutely just pass out in the mines today, so we may do that, because we also need iron ore for the sprinklers, not just for the bombs. We're still gonna just pick up whatever quartz we see. It's worth at least picking up if it's easy to get to. Alright, it's not even worth going over to that staircase. We're just gonna start from the top. Is there anything else on this floor? Already had that one. No. Okay. From the top. We're looking for like 250 iron here if we can get it. We're not on a great pace for that right now. But we do have the entire day all the way to 2 a.m. if we need it. Not on a great pace at all. Not seeing much iron right now. But we're gonna stick with it. We need to get to this skull cavern run to put us forward on the farm here. made its own staircase. Am I seeing anything? I'm already over here. I might as well go down more. Alright, there's at least one iron and some decent combat. Alright, yeah, the Galaxy Sword, it is nice. It is nice. I can't deny that it's effective. But I'm really bad at combat. So I actually prefer the lava katana because it gives me more defense. I take less damage. Now here in these mines, that doesn't really matter so much. But in the skull caverns, you absolutely can die. It can happen. So taking 3 less damage from each and every hit, it really adds up. And also taking 3 less damage from every bomb that I stand in, because I'm going to stand in all of the bombs. That really adds up. Alright, also that's the same dwarf scroll again. Really looking for, I believe it was dwarf scroll 1 is the one we were missing. I'm fairly certain of that, actually. And after the first pumpkin harvest, I'm mixing up my words. After the first pumpkin harvest, we should pretty much be free of monetary constraints. We should be able to just buy bombs from the dwarf at the second pumpkin harvest. Is there anything over there? Not really. I would rather just buy bombs from the dwarf, to be fair, rather than use entire days farming the materials we need to make the bombs. Look at it, it's 2 p.m. We only have 60 iron ore right now. We are not on good pace. This must be a bad luck day. I should move the TV in the house and start checking. Just to be in the habit of it. Once I'm ready to do a skull cavern run, once I feel like I'm fully prepared, I want to be checking every single day to see what the fortune teller says. And if it's an iridium luck day, at that point, I basically want to ignore everything else going on and go pass out in the skull cavern. But it's only worth going on an iridium luck day because of the chance to find staircases, the chance to find ladders and shafts is the main limiting factor in how successful your skull cavern runs are going to be. level of daily luck. And whatever luck buffs you have on your character. But if it's a bad luck day, your character buffs are not going to make up for it. Let's see if we can find a ladder over here. No, okay, we're just gonna start from the top. $86 iron ore currently. Oh, I missed a couple there. I just went right down those stairs and there were 2 more iron ore nodes waiting for me. So we're just gonna pickaxe our way back. And if we do happen to get lucky, then we continue downwards, and if not, we start back from the top again. Alright, there we go. Finally. Finally a good one. And also, the Skull Cavern run is probably one of the fastest ways to get our sewer key, because the Omni Geodes can have anything in them, and you get lots of Omni Geodes. We're going to be using bombs. We're barely going to be pickaxing anything in the Skull Cavern. We're just going to be blowing up whole sections of these levels. You end up with lots and lots of Omni Geodes. So that should get us, if not the whole way to 60 items, it should get us pretty close. I think we're at 41 or 42 items donated right now. So one Skull Cavern run should probably get us most of the way, if not all the way, to the sewer key. The sewer key is important because Krobus, every Friday, sells 1 iridium sprinkler for 10,000 gold. And that is a fantastic deal. Battery packs are very hard to come by early in the game, so being able to just buy an iridium sprinkler for cash is very powerful. And that will help us expand our farm rapidly. Alright, this is a lot of rocks, but I don't see any ore nodes. Alright, we've actually gone down a few levels. Okay, there's a little bit more iron. And there's also a gem node, which we actually don't care about that much. The only real reason I care about them is to level up mining, and we have already reached level 10. So yes, indeed, it is worth a couple hundred gold, but it's not worth the time, if that makes sense. We're trying to max out our iron farming today here. And we did get level 10 mining already today with almost the first rock we hit today. So we want to be just absolutely, we're here for one purpose only, and that is to stock up on iron ore. We're not really that concerned with money, even though it does look like we're broke. We have 760 gold. If it's easy to get, I'll get it. It does look like we're broke. I'll give you that. But we have 1,000 pumpkins in the ground being watered by sprinklers every day. We're not that poor. And we have a greenhouse full of strawberries, producing about 20,000 gold every 4 days. And we have a legend pond, which is kind of hit or miss, but it averages out to a couple thousand gold a day. We're not rich enough yet to spend hundreds of thousands of gold on bombs. That's why we're farming this iron ore. So that we can build up a stock of bombs. And I think we will be good after today. I think this farming session did end up doing exactly what I wanted it to do. We're at 203 iron ore right now. I was really hoping for 250. And we might get there. We might get there. Either way, we will be very close to having a stack of 100 bombs, which is my personal minimum to do a decent skull cavern run. I really prefer to have 150 to 200, just to be on the safe side. But since it's going to be our first skull cavern run, 100 will be fine. Do we see any other iron nodes here? Yes, we do. But that's it. Alright. We might get lucky. We might be able to get like one more iron node if we do this quick. Alright, would you look at that? I don't think I get another one. No way. Alright. 243. I was close. I was close. We're actually going to do Prospector here. Chance to find coal doubled because we're having to make our own bombs right now. And we're nowhere near the point of being able to sell bars. We need every single bar for making things with. So we're going to go with Prospector. And we got level 7 combat. That's nice. Alright, so let's take the TV and put it right there. Alright. Alright. Yep. 76 gold for Harvey to carry me back to my bed. That's not a bad deal. I think he actually did that way too cheaply. He should be charging more, you know? 76 gold doesn't barely buy you anything. That guy dragged my butt the whole way back to town from the mines. Alright, why do I have a clay in this bin? Alright, we're just gonna drop it in there for a second while we get everything organized. Alright, the topazes and the frozen tears can get sold off. The emerald can get sold off. Those dwarf scrolls we already have. We can go to our collections, artifacts, see dwarf scroll 3. We just need dwarf scroll 1, which has a small chance of dropping from any monster in the mines or in the skull cavern, and a much smaller chance of you digging it up by hoeing dirt in the mines. I think we're just gonna wait until we accidentally get it. It is a very small chance hoeing up dirt in the mines, so I don't think it's really worth spending time on. Every little bit of gold counts. We've got a couple ears of corn here to pick. And that's going straight in the bin. Love you, bud. Alright, and those minerals are going straight in the bin. Those dwarf squirrels are going straight in the bin. Forageables go in that bin. Sap goes in that bin. And at some point, we'll make some fertilizer just to increase our income from the next harvest. Just regular basic fertilizer. Alright, let's check on our strawberries. They are ready, so there's 20,000 gold. And then we'll go back and we'll make our bombs. We know today is a bad luck day, so we know we're not doing the skull cavern today. And because we have to take the bus right now, it will be fine to just take the gems with us when we need to go to buy staircases, etc. Alright. There's 20,000 gold right there, so that's nice. Let's reload these charcoal kilns. And put all of these strawberries, go straight in the bin. We have no reason for that. We just need the money. So let's see, I know we have 40 bombs already. So what we're really looking to do is make 60. That is exactly how much we had materials for. Okay. So now we know. Now we know. We're ready. We have one spicy eel already. I should probably start. We can get 3 more. We can get 3 more staircases. We can get, we'll say 6 triple shot espressos. So we have all of the materials ready to do a good skull cavern run. So now all we're waiting for is a good luck day. I might just, no, I think it's 500 gold for a bus ticket, right? I was gonna say I might just pop over there and get that stuff now so that I don't even have to worry about it. I can just pick it up out of the chest when I'm ready to go. I think I will do that. We're getting 20,000 gold overnight. We'll be fine. Did it give me the notice that my hoe was ready? I think it should have. We'll see. We'll see. What we'll do is we'll go get this stuff from the desert. We will see if my hoe is ready, and I'll need to get more iron to upgrade the pan because I don't currently have enough. We'll clear out the quarry. We'll clear out the rest of the quarry today, get it completely empty, and then we will continue mining iron today. Do we have enough gold? We don't have any money though, so we can't put the hoe right back in again. So we'll have to do that tomorrow. Alright. Let me give the dog some water before I head out of here. And we can't leave yet. Pam doesn't really get to the bus stop until closer to 10 a.m. That's why we want to get one skull cavern run done. And then we can buy warp totems after that with the Omni Geodes. So I think I'll just come over here and clean up a little, chop some weeds, chop some trees. The goal is kind of to be done clearing the farm by the end of fall here. I think we can get that done. We only really have this little bit of this corner to do. And if we just spent a day focusing on it, we would be done with it very quickly. I do want to get this grass. That's 10 o'clock. Alright, we're ready to go. Want to get this grass off the farm. I have no need for grass. No animals. Just crops. Good job, buddy. Alright. Today's kind of a relaxed day. We're just catching up on chores, making sure we're prepped and ready for a good skull cavern run. Might as well drink a Joja cola. Gotta go fast. And while we're here, there's no reason not to forage all this stuff. Free money. So we're just gonna grab our stuff here. We don't have a hoe for that artifact spot right now. Oh, you know what? The staircases are only on Sundays, so that's my bad. But 6 triple shot espressos should be plenty. I think it's about 5 that we need for an entire day in the skull caverns. Spicy eel is 7 minutes, so about 3 of those probably for an entire day. Oh, we could be buying bombs with just quartz. That might be another reason to do some more quartz. Some more quartz crystallariums. That's a pretty good reason to do some more quartz crystallariums. Okay. Because that would be way cheap. If we would get like 10 quartz crystallariums, that's unrefined quartz, right? Just raw quartz. Ah, it's 5 each bomb. Okay, we would need way too many crystallariums to make that work. Alright, so let's go to Clint and get our hoe. I did hear about the bus. You just drove me back in it. Did you forget that? Maybe a little drinking on the job? Alright. So now we're gonna go clear out the quarry. Like 100% clear out the quarry. We haven't done that yet. We've just been kind of chipping away at it. But this time, we'll go ahead and empty it completely out. And then head back into the mine and get some more iron, get some more gold. And make some more quality sprinklers. I think we could still make about 20 more quality sprinklers. So we're just going to focus on that. And at this point we are, I guess I could have got that other iron before going down the stairs. That probably would have been smart. At this point we are 100% ready for our skull cavern run. So it's time to just be looking at the fortune teller every morning and waiting for a iridium luck day to hit the go button. I'm gonna go ahead and take whatever combat XP I can get right now. I'm not going to be solely focused on the ore, just because if we can get another combat level, that's some HP. That's more HP to survive the skull caverns. Alright, I'm not dealing with that floor. Sometimes you just gotta call it. Alright. Once we have free cash, which is going to be after the next pumpkin harvest for sure, I would like to go get the lava katana, just because it enables my skull cavern playstyle of just face tanking everything and standing in the bomb blasts. Having a little bit of extra defense really helps. Alright, there's nothing there. So just start from the top. You'll see, I'm not exactly subtle about the Skull Cavern runs. I don't think it's pretty to watch, to be fair. It's very brute force. But I always come back with hundreds of iridium, hundreds of gold, hundreds of iron. Maybe a prismatic shard or 3. Let's rearrange this. I like to be able to see what I'm targeting while I'm playing. I don't want to have to check how much I have. I can just glance down and see that I have 72 iron ore right now. And at this point, I'm probably going to just use it to make more bombs. We really want the best possible, nope, door scroll 2. Not the one we need. We really want the best possible Skull Cavern run. If we do a good Skull Cavern, we're going to come back out with a couple hundred iron ore anyway. So the iron ore spent on the bombs is well spent. We're going to get that back. Another dwarf scroll that's not dwarf scroll 1. I just need one more. Whoops. I'm not quite used to this new mouse yet. Still misclicking things with it. It's gonna take me a minute. Do I see anything? There's 1, there's 2. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. Oh, and there's a 3rd. Well worth the trip. Alright, but now we're just gonna head back. We'll hit stones along the way. We're definitely getting more coal. The coal is coming more frequently here because we took that prospector. Alright, that's enough. We're starting from the top again. I don't know that there's that many things we're going to be using copper for, but if it's there, I might as well get it. Alright, keep it moving, keep it moving. I believe you only get combat experience when you kill something. I don't think you get combat experience for getting hit or for hitting a monster. I think you only get the experience for killing the monster. And I think that's why it takes me so long. Oh my goodness. Well, there might be a chance of a refined quartz coming for free from all that. No. That's, I think, why I don't level up combat so fast, because I mostly run away. I'm down in the mine for resources, and I'm just looking. If I don't see the resources I want, I keep moving. So I think that's partly why I level up combat so slowly. Oh, we could have gone under it the whole time. Okay, there is a special slime there. I don't know that there's anything it could give me that I would want. Magnet ring. Well, that's better than a small magnet ring. So I guess I take that back. I was wrong. Alright, I was wrong. It did give me an upgrade. So that just proves why we kill the special slimes when we see them. We don't really have a great ring set up right now. Right? I would like a much better ring on the other finger here. Alright. Oh, well, there's some iron. Not sure it was worth coming all the way over here for it. But we might as well, because we are on our way home right now. We got 122 iron. So actually, before we even go in there, we're just gonna make the bombs. We're gonna make the bombs. Alright, there's another 5,000 gold. Alright, frozen tears can go in the bin. Amethyst can go in the bin. The coconuts and cactus fruit can go in the bin. Everything else we keep. And the small magnet ring can just go away. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have put it also on. Alright. We do have some wood in our inventory, so we can restart these right now. Alright, forage items. Forage items. That's it for forage items. Bombs go in here. Triple shot espresso and spicy eel goes in there, so we're fully stocked and ready. All right, we do want 5 iron bars to put the hoe back in to be a gold hoe. That's going to help us till up more ground faster when we go to increase our field size. Whoops. Alright. Yeah, see, we would need, it's 5 quartz per 1 bomb from the desert trader, so we would need so many crystallariums to make that worth doing. I think what we're doing now is probably the best way to get this done until we have access to the dwarf and enough money to buy bombs by the hundreds. Okay, we're going to put our hoe back in the shop. We don't need it until the second pumpkin planting. Excuse me for a second. I'm just going to shut the door between me and the birds because they're being a bit active right now. Alright, sorry about that. It's raining. And it's a bad luck day. So we're not going to the Skull Caverns today. But we are going to upgrade our hoe. And I guess we could either farm materials, or we could say we're going to just go ahead and commit to leveling up our fishing today. I think let's do that. Let's go ahead and commit to leveling up our fishing today. Just get that out of the way. I don't really have anything else pressing going on at the moment. So what we're gonna do is, I don't know, the mountain lake or the ocean. Probably the mountain lake, just because it keeps our access to the mining carts to get back home quickly. It's good, solid experience. What we'll probably do is we'll grab our bait maker. We'll grab our bait maker and these largemouth bass. I tell you what, the colas, I just can't with them. Alright, we're gonna grab our bait maker and a largemouth bass. We're gonna head up to the mountain lake and we're gonna do some fishing. Do we have a spare? We do not. So that's fine. How do we make a spinner? We make a spinner with iron bars. I'm not using them on that. I'm not using them on that. Alright, so we'll go do some fishing. And then once Clint's gonna be open, we'll go drop off our hoe for upgrade. Okay, this spot right here, when you cast out, this is the maximum distance from shore you can get. See that? So you'll get less trash, you'll get more fish, you'll get higher quality fish. Okay, so we're gonna, hey, how about that? We got a dressed spinner. That's wonderful. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and put this bait maker down. We're gonna, that was super fast. I guess I did it right before the clock turned over. We're gonna throw these largemouth bass in there. We're gonna swap out our bait for largemouth bass bait because I think that's probably the most efficient experience we can do here. And we are going to target fish largemouth bass for experience. This is not about the money here. It's not about the money, and we don't need the food anymore. We've progressed past needing fish for food. We've got a stack of 61 gold star melons there. That's going to last us a while. Definitely long enough to have gold star pumpkins saved back. We're not going to need fish for energy anymore. So this is just all about the experience and maybe a little bit of gold. Alright, Clint is open now. Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna grab my bait maker and take it with me. we we brought steel, not gold. Okay, well, in that case, go ahead and work on our pan. It's fine. We have more than 4 days before we need the hoe again. So we'll upgrade the pan right now, because we can. And when we get the pan back, we will remember, right? We will remember that we need 5 gold ore. Okay, that should do us for a good while on the bait. And what we'll do actually is we'll end today by farming some gold ore down in the mine. We're already here, so we can target farm some gold on floor 81 before we go back home. What we really want, what are you? Are you a sturgeon? Oh, I meant to drop off sooner. No, that was just a really feisty largemouth bass. What we really want is to get our fishing to level 10 right now, today, so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. We can just entirely forget about fishing once we do that. We probably should have checked the special order board while we were in town. If we hit our level 10 fishing early enough, we can go ahead and do that. Before we head into the mines. Alright, we already donated that. Oh, there's a carp. Haven't seen a carp in a while. Targeted bait. It does a pretty good job. After we get this fishing level, there's just not a lot of reasons to bother with the fishing anymore. Hey, Whimsical Whisker. Nice to see you this morning. I came over to your channel and followed you, by the way. I hope that's okay. I like your content. That's good stuff. I might think about trying that game later on down the road. I'm going to be involved with Stardew Valley for a while. But after I finish this playthrough, which might take me to year 2 or 3, I'm thinking it could be 100 to 150 hours for this until I see my realization of 3,400 starfruit on one farm. So I'm thinking somewhere between 100 and 150 hours. When I'm done with that, I might be looking for something else. I'm just trying to get fishing to level 10 right now, so that I can never think about fishing ever again. We've got to be so close. I've got all my materials ready for a skull cavern run. As soon as we get an iridium luck day, I'm ready to go. and that'll get us our materials to switch over to iridium sprinklers. I planted just less than 1,000 pumpkins on the first of this season. I'm looking to upgrade that to probably 1,500 pumpkins on the second planting. So I'm going to need a lot of iridium sprinklers. So is Coral Island available on Steam? I haven't even looked yet. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking 100 to 150 hours, so probably another month of streaming this particular playthrough of Stardew Valley, and then I might be ready to try something else for a while. Fishing tackle wore out, okay. I've seen reviews of Dinkum. That your Coral Island play looks pretty cool. There's a couple things. Graveyard Keeper, I think. Other cozy games. Single player. Stuff that's not going to stress me out. I'm just looking to chill and relax. I don't want playing a game to feel stressful, you know? Not even a little bit. You have Graveyard Keeper, okay. I think there was also another one called like Tavern Keeper or something like that. But there's quite a few in this genre. Yeah. Cozy gaming is 100% where it's at. I'm not playing a game to be stressed out. I'm not playing a game to win. I'm playing a game to have fun and relax. And if it's not serving that goal, then I just don't feel like it's worth the time. And when you're playing a game that's very time sensitive, you can't really have conversations with people while you're doing it. You become so locked in, your brain can't focus on talking to someone. And I feel like that kind of takes the whole purpose out of playing multiplayer games. If you're not talking to people and communicating, then why are we doing this? I've got to be close to level 10 here. We did so much fishing in this first year. I'm very ready to be done with it. I just need to get that level 10 so that we have access to our masteries. Oh, that's right, the tackle wore out, and I never replaced it. We still have 16 largemouth bass bait left. I've been uploading all of my VODs to YouTube. Just on the off chance that someone might need help falling asleep some night. I know I have nothing to offer in terms of learning gameplay or exciting gameplay. I'm not setting speedrun records or really doing anything exciting at all. And as an entertainer, with the goal of putting people to sleep. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. I was about to say, I'm not sure how many entertainers have that same goal of putting their audience to sleep. I'm sure there's a small audience that will appreciate that. I'm just hanging out and chilling, and if people want to chill with me, that's wonderful. I love it. All right. That is what I was waiting for. Let's pack up and get the heck out of here. I follow a YouTube channel that specifically makes cozy Minecraft videos to fall asleep to, and it's wonderful. That is wonderful. I follow a YouTube channel that's... I don't think his intent is to make videos to fall asleep to. He does Stardew content. I think it's Gar Gamer. Sounds like he's probably Irish. And I'm not sure that his intent is to make content to fall asleep to, but man, does it work. He's got such a relaxing voice. And he does Stardew content. So I already connect with it anyway. Prismatic Jelly. Okay, that's one of the ones we're waiting for. It only gives us 2 days to do it. Because we failed to come check this earlier. That is entirely on me. But this is how we get the Monster Musk. With the Monster Musk, we can level up our combat much faster. And again, just like this fishing, I just want to get that combat to level 10 and then never think about it again. So we're going to accept that. We probably are going to fail this first time. It's a very hard one to do. Prismatic Jelly it's very rare to find that prismatic slime. You have to spam a infested floor that you can find in the mines. And you just have to keep doing it until one of the slimes spawns as prismatic. Alright, here's the 1,000 pumpkins. Still going. There we go. I actually had to take 2 days to plant all these pumpkins. I could not get it all done in one day, sadly. So I think on planting number 2 of this season, I think I'll get it up to 1,500. If we can just get lucky and get an Iridium Luck Day to do a Skull Cavern run. Alright, let's put the bait maker back. Let's put the fishing rod back. We're not going to need that. We're not going to need that hardly at all anymore. The fish can go straight in the bin for Lewis to smell tonight at 3 a.m. Let's see what else do we have? We've got bait. Oh, that's right, the spoons can go. We have a bullhead row. We've got nothing else going on in these preserve jars. I haven't gotten a legend row in quite a while. Alright, let's have a look. I can never remember if I checked the strawberries yet or not on any given day. That's where I'm really looking forward to getting the biome balance special order from Demetrius to fish up some fish. We're going to need to do fishing again at least one more time. But he rewards you with a farm computer recipe, and that computer tells you whether you have crops ready in the greenhouse or not. We are going to have to go cut down cindersap forest at some point in the near future. But we're good on coal for a while. We used a lot of it to make bombs, and we're going to have to do that again, of course. But by that point, once we've done a good skull cavern run, we should be pretty self-sufficient on all of these materials after that. Level 10 fishing. We're going to go with pirate. We are not relying on fishing for income. So if we do go fishing, we want to find those treasures. There are things that you can get in fishing treasure chests that you cannot get otherwise. Or that are very rare to get otherwise anyway. Alright, we've got the Queen of Sauce teaching us to make tortillas. I'm not sure we'll ever actually use that information. We've got a good luck day. I really feel like I want to wait for an iridium luck day to do this skull cavern run. I'm not sure that I want to compromise. We spent a lot of time and effort farming all the ore and coal to make those bombs. I think I want to make the best use of them and make absolutely certain we're going to come back with hundreds of iridium ore. So I think I'm just going to wait. Probably use this good luck day. Not that it's actually that helpful. But we'll try to go find this prismatic slime. Bad luck days are actually better because they spawn more monsters in the mines. So if what you're looking for is a monster, you actually do not want a good luck day. Probably one more day on these strawberries. I don't think I want to spend money on peach saplings right now, but we do want to fill the rest of the greenhouse with peaches eventually. Just like many other things, probably just waiting for another pumpkin harvest. Okay, thank you, Whimsical Whisker. I really appreciate that. Have a great day. I'm sure I'll see you later. Are you streaming today? Alright, I think she left already. But I'll stop in on her channel later and see what's up. Alright. You might stream later, not sure. Okay. I thought you had already left. I'm just going to be on here for another hour or so, and then I have to start prepping for this storm. I did most of my storm prep yesterday. Got about 5 or 6 days worth of firewood in here. Got plenty of groceries. But there's still some work left to do. Just needed some rest after splitting all that wood. Alright, we're going to go and just start spamming floors to see if we can see a prismatic slime. Nope. We did too, but then this morning our heat in our apartment started smoking and smelling like burning plastic, so we have to figure that out with the apartment complex. It's a huge ordeal and a problem. It does sound like a huge ordeal and a problem. If you're trying to keep the place warm, you're not wanting to ventilate it too well. If you've got smelling burning plastic, that's bad news. Sounds like an electrical issue. I think we're going to see, we're going to see a lot of your story across the, across the southern Appalachian region, down into Mississippi and Texas even. People that don't usually use their heat this much are going to be really relying on that. And it's really dangerous, if you haven't had to use the heat at all, and then you're turning it on full blast when you actually need it. It can be pretty dangerous. Thankfully, I've been burning the wood stove for the last 6 weeks anyway, so I know everything's in order. That is strange. I really hope that you guys get that figured out. I hope the best for you there. That can be scary. When you think there might be an electrical problem, that's a very scary time. I wish you the best of luck. There's gonna be a lot of people hurting over the next few days, so I wish you the best of luck. If you have any camping gear, you can always set up a tent in the living room. You might be surprised at how well one person's body heat can keep a tent warm. Especially when inside a building. Just don't eat too many beans. Alright, not seeing any prismatic slimes. We do not want to be on level 35 for that. Alright, we're just gonna keep spamming these floors. What we really want to do is we want to find an infested floor. That's the best thing that we can get. Or we want to find a floor that's going to consistently spawn slimes that we can see from the stairs, from the elevator entrance. So if we do like we do with the ore farming, where we go 80 to 81 or 40 to 41, we have to go down a set of stairs before we even see anything. So I'm checking the 5s because we come right out onto a floor full of monsters. And so we can see if we're going to have a prismatic slime or not. Right, we don't want to do 35. 45 is okay. 35, the dark floors are just dark. You can't really see anything there. Alright, any floor that can spawn a slime will do. Right? Any floor that can spawn a slime has a chance of one of those slimes being prismatic. Maybe we should stick to the iron floors, just because we also need iron anyway. So maybe that's what we do. Maybe we do 40 to 41, and just instead of stopping at 41, we just keep going and hope that we get an infested floor, or just that we... There it is right there, guys. Oh my goodness. That's about the fastest that I have ever found a prismatic slime. That is incredible good luck. There we go. That is incredible good luck. I could not have asked for a better run at that quest. I was fairly certain we were not going to find it today at all, and we were going to fail that quest. So the RNG gods definitely smiled upon us this time. So we're just going to farm a little bit of iron ore, and then we're going to go turn that in so that we... I don't want to pickaxe that guy, never mind. So that we can get the monster musk recipe. Because with the monster musk recipe, we get to control when we want to do lots of combat. So we can level up our combat a lot faster with that to get it up to level 10. Not only will it mean that we don't have to worry about it anymore, but we'll also have more HP, which is always a good thing. More HP is more survivability. Look at that. And it means we can stand and face tank all of our bombs, which is what we're going to do. Okay, so... I mean, it's early afternoon. We do have to chop some more trees. That is something we need to do. So I think I'm going to leave the mines now. Again, not the dwarf scroll we were looking for. So I think we're going to go ahead and leave the mines now. I'm definitely not going to ignore all of this iron ore, though. Look at all this. We'll leave the mines in a minute, I promise. And then we'll go turn this in. We'll chop some trees in the cindersap forest, maybe, if we have time. Okay, now we're leaving. Now we're leaving. We'll go turn this into the wizard, and then we'll chop trees on our way back. No roads, no pathways, no walkways. Oh, I forgot that this tree had fallen down. 100 pieces of hardwood. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna want that hardwood for the Ginger Island ferry before I do it for that. A pale ale is actually needed right now, just to get that. I don't think I'm doing the rare crows, really. I might as well while it's there. I have this. Pam is thirsty, and there's not really any other way to get a pale ale. I'm not growing hops. I'm not building kegs. So the traveling cart, I don't think it's a huge deal that quest is either completed or uncompleted. But it at least gets it off our list. All right. 5,000 gold. I will absolutely accept that. That's great. All right. Oh, and Abigail has decided. Dyeing your hair again. I do like your hair just the way it is, though. The purple really does suit you. Of course, that's what you'd say. Yeah, you're right. I'm boring. That's me. I am just a humble crop farmer. Farming crops. Nothing fantastic. Nothing exciting. So what does that mean? If I'm the boring crop farmer, what partner is right for me? What do we think about that? Alright, some mystery boxes, that's nice. Would it be Harvey? Would it be Harvey? I've never tried to romance Harvey before. I've only done Leah, Penny, and Abigail. If we're just some boring, predictable dude farming crops, maybe Harvey is our guy. I mean, who else is there that would fit that bill? Right? Emily and Haley are definitely not boring and predictable. I'm not sure I would be interested in either of them anyway. Elliot may be boring, or sorry, the opposite. He may be predictable, but I don't feel like he's boring. Oh, seed spots. Seed spots are good. Although I'm not actually using them this season. Because I already have more than I can handle. I think Harvey's the way to go. We're just gonna go ahead and spend out our energy here and then head back to head back to the house. I mean, Sam is cool. I like Sam. Boring and predictable, he is not. And I don't think he would appreciate it. Alright. We're making some progress. We've just got this bottom, the southwest corner left to go to get this thing completely cleared up. Let's throw these guys in there. I did see a bomb. We're going to keep the pale ale in our inventory so that we can give it to Pam. If we get an iridium luck day, we have to talk to Pam anyway to go to the desert. Alright, we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. The rest we keep. We currently have 70 hardwood. Is it 100 for the boat repair? I haven't even gone there yet. Alright, what are we looking at here? We've got the 5 gold bars we need to upgrade our hoe to gold. I would also like to upgrade the watering can to gold, but I think the hoe is maybe more important. I'm not sure about that. Maybe the watering can is more important to do first. Maybe the watering can is higher priority. Alright, the rare crow, we're just gonna go place that right now, actually. We don't really need it for quite a while. Yeah. We don't really need it for a very long while, actually. So we're just gonna place it there. Even though it's a bit out of sync. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be a bit out of sync. We'll put it there, yeah. Okay. Alright, so our inventory's clear except for the pale ale. If we see an iridium luck day, we are jumping on it. Okay, we're just going to swap out these charcoal kilns one more time before bed. And then we're just hoping for a good luck day. Did we do the Queen of Sauce today? Yes, we did. That was today. Alright. Hoping for an iridium luck day here. So that we can finally get our skull cavern on. We haven't been in it yet. Steel pan's ready. Bad luck day. Okay. Love you, bud. You know, I'm gonna stop picking up these colas. They don't really do anything for me. They last 21 seconds, which definitely is enough to get you somewhere, but not really enough to get you anywhere useful. Oh, we've got 3 legend row and nothing available, so we're gonna stick that in there. Alright, there's our monster musk recipe. It's blackberry season right now, the bushes are full of them. But I lost my basket. Can you help? Yes. I mean, I'm not really doing anything else today, so I might as well. Alright. Our pan is waiting at Clint's. Let's go upgrade our watering can, because we're definitely going to want that for our second pumpkin harvest. We're going to want both our watering can and our hoe. But I think we're going to upgrade the hoe after the second planting. All right. So we'll get Linus's basket. We'll swap out the steel pan. We'll get our pan. We'll upgrade our watering can. Get Linus his, and we should bring a battery pack in there and get that whole thing started, I guess. I'm not sure that we need it for any reason. We have time. It's 7:30. We'll go drop these forageables back in our chest. Back in our forageables chest. Which, soon enough, we're going to want to upgrade to a large chest. I think we just walk up here. Give Linus his basket. We have the time. Walk up here and give him his basket, and then take the mine carts back to Clint's. And yes, of course, I am scything trees along the way. Also, I think it has to be a sunny day to... No, okay, it doesn't. Chill. Yeah, actually, you mention it a lot. To be honest, I can't lie to you, buddy. You talk about it all the time. I wonder what that mistake was. His affair with Carolyn. An innocent villager. Yeah, I need to get the sewer key before I can talk to Krobus. Yeah, that was disconcerting, wasn't it? Oh, there she goes. She was watching the entire time? Was she watching the entire time? That's kind of funny. Yeah, I think that whole conversation right there just kind of proved the Abigail theory. There's a fan theory. I don't want to call it fan fiction because I think it might be true that the wizard is Abigail's real father. I mean, just look at them, right? And he just said that he made a mistake and drew the ire of his wife, the witch. Whoop, I'll let you out here. Okay. Alright, and I tell you what, you like blackberries, right? No. Alright. Made a mistake, drew the ire of his wife, the witch. Do I get anything for having given him that? And he sealed her in to protect an innocent villager. Right? Why would he need to do that? She was going to target Carolyn, the woman that he had an affair with. Alright, let's get the watering can upgraded. So that whole cutscene there, I mean, I'm not sure if it positively confirms the theory, but it definitely adds fuel to that fire. Alright, we got a prize ticket. Robin's resource rush. Collect 1,000 pieces of stone in a week. We might actually do that. We're really looking to do a skull cavern run. So if we get an iridium luck day in the next 7 days, we're going. And usually that does come pretty close to 1,000 stone. So we might be able to do that. I'm not going to go out of my way for it. I'm not taking a break, Lewis. Why are you always asking me that? I am in the middle of work. Okay. I don't think there's really anything else that we need to be doing right now. So let's go dump our stuff. Let's give Pam this pale ale. Get that off the books. Oh man, yeah, that's great. Just drink it right there, standing in front of the bus that you're driving today. I guess I'm kind of staying dry. This swashbuckler's hat is really putting in some work. Alright, we still have a second page. The mayor's shorts thing, that's gonna take a while. I'm not doing friendships right now. The build a coop thing, that's never going to happen. We're definitely gonna do this very soon, very soon. Probably not gonna do that at all. That's gonna take a while. We're not really focused on that. We should definitely go get some hardwood and fix the ship, the ferry, to Ginger Island as soon as we get enough iridium from this skull cavern run that we're gonna do. This one, we need the skull cavern run so that we can open a bunch of Omni Geodes and donate 60 things to the museum. Okay, let's dump stuff here. Take stock of what we have for materials. We have 0 gold ore. How do we have exactly 0 gold ore? That's crazy. Alright, so we want to go farm some gold. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw the rest of this iron in here. And then we're going to go farm some gold. What I can do... Oh, I have so much quartz, but I haven't been making it into refined quartz. We'll do a run of refined quartz maybe tomorrow. We'll do refined quartz and gold, and we'll get some more sprinklers. Same story, different day, right? Alright, so let's go. let's go farm some gold. Alright, just give me 1 second here. I'm gonna still talk to you, but I've got a message I need to answer. We're just gonna farm up some gold. It's really inconsequential, but it'll give us more gold for making more quality sprinklers. We still need somewhere around 20 more, I think. So we definitely still have some work to do here. And then after, keep in mind, once we get to the skull cavern, we don't really have to do this type of farming anymore. Unless we just get really unlucky and have a bunch of bad luck days and don't have time for a skull cavern run. But generally speaking, a good skull cavern run on an iridium luck day is going to yield a couple hundred gold ore. Now you could come to this mine on a good luck day and spend the entire day here, and you could also get a couple hundred gold ore, but in the skull cavern at that same time you're also coming home with a couple hundred iron ore, a couple hundred copper ore, a couple hundred iridium ore, maybe a couple prismatic shards, 1,000 or so stone, some other just random useful items. So once we have access to those skull cavern runs, that's pretty much what we want to be doing for resources at that point. We don't want to be spending entire days just chasing a single resource. When we want to go resource farming, we want everything all at once. Okay, I don't see anything, so we're starting from the top. We got all of our goals for today done. We swapped out our pan for the watering can upgrade. We got Linus his basket. We got Pam her beer that she's gonna drink while driving the bus. Not super proud of that one. Maybe I just shouldn't have given it to her. So we got all of our daily goals done here. So we're doing well. Now we're working on our season goals. Alright, actually I do want that ruby. That's a spicy eel at the desert trader. And I also want to know how much the lava katana is to buy. Because even though I have the galaxy sword, this is definitely the best sword for combat. I'm not looking to engage in combat. The lava katana comes with defense, which is more what I'm looking for, so that I can place a bomb, swap to the lava katana, and take less damage from that bomb. And also, just take less damage from all the things trying to kill me. We're just gonna start. Okay, we're not gonna start from the top. We are going to start from the top. Alright, the next time we start from the top, I'll take a detour to the Adventurers Guild to see about that lava katana. Here in these mines, it's fine. I don't need that. But in the Skull Cavern, I would like to have the extra defense. I think this first Skull Cavern run I probably won't, because I have a feeling the price is more than I can afford at the moment. And that's fine. We'll get it later on down the road. Why am I not hitting him? Oh, he's standing behind a ladder. Alrighty. Let's have a look at that. I have a feeling it's like 75,000 gold or something. Come back when you got something to show me, kid. I have nothing to show you. That's right, I got that insect head sword a long time ago. And I have not reached any other goals. So let's see how much the lava katana is. I know it's a hot take, but I do prefer it over the galaxy sword. Okay, it's 25,000. See how it has +3 defense? The galaxy sword is way more damage. But I'm not looking to engage in combat when I'm doing a Skull Cavern run. So being able to switch to the lava katana and stand in the bomb blast and take less damage, that's really important to me. So if we don't have an Iridium Luck Day tomorrow, then we can go ahead and get that. I think I'm just gonna clear the quarry and then head home. We got 64 gold ore. It's not a ton. It's better than nothing though. Just gonna clean this up. Who knows when we'll come back, right? Alright, that's a free spicy eel right there. I have very much committed to not having barns or cows. So we have time for another few runs down. Usually I would like to make pumpkin soup as my Skull Cavern buff food because it's +2 defense and +2 luck. But I'm very committed to not having cows here, so we're just going to use the rubies to buy the spicy eel. That's +1 luck, +1 speed. So we just keep repeating floor 80 to 81. If we find a ladder, okay. If we don't, okay. Every time you pop out of the mine, the floors reset. Okay. This guy's gonna come after me as soon as I pop that. Yep. So we'll probably just get these and then go home. We'll get our furnaces going and then head to bed. We put our watering can in, so that's going to be 2 days. So I don't want to cut it too close. I don't want to be without the hoe when it comes time to plant more pumpkins. Do I have anything else to go in here? Yes. Moss, mixed seeds, fiber. Alright. We don't need that. We don't need that. We do need that. And actually, that is a warp totem. I think there are 3 Omni Geodes each for warp totems. So that would be good. Alright, we're selling these. The jade we keep. And the rubies we keep. Okay. We happened upon a couple bombs while we were in there. That's interesting. Drop off our forageables. Alright, now let's have a look. We want to smelt some gold overnight. And then we can make some more sprinklers in the morning. Okay. We're starting to get out ahead of our coal needs. That's great news. But keep in mind, when we want to make more bombs, we're going to be using up coal by the hundreds to do these skull cavern runs. So it's a good idea to keep those charcoal kilns rolling. Wood is pretty cheap right now. We might want to kind of plan to buy a bunch of materials right before year 2 starts. The base material costs when buying them from Robin and Clint go way up from year 1 to year 2. So if you buy them in winter of year 1, you get a much better deal. Alright, neutral. So still have yet to see an iridium luck day. Oh, that's right, we need to do the quartz. Have yet to see an iridium luck day. Stardew Valley Fair is next week, okay. As far as doing a skull cavern run, we're waiting for an iridium luck day, and we have yet to see one. Oh, we don't have our watering can right now, of course. Alright, so we've filled it with quartz. As soon as that quartz comes out, we'll be able to make, what is it, 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We'll be able to make 10 quality sprinklers. Alright, we should have strawberries. Yep. So what we'll do is we'll go sell these strawberries to Joja Mart. And then we'll go buy the lava katana from the Adventurers Guild. And that way, not only are we 100% ready to do a good skull cavern run, we're ready to do it my preferred way, which is to just brute force the darn thing. Bomb every cluster of stone and ore you can find, and just keep going down, 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 and completely ignore combat. Alright, it's still early in the day. It's still early in the day. Is there anything else that I want to get done right now? Well, look, every dollar counts, right? There's a couple ears of corn to pick. There's a little bit of spreading weeds here. Alright, and here. We don't want these weeds coming too close. I say weeds, it's wood and it's stone, but they are considered to be spreading weeds. They will spread. The grass won't hurt anything, but I don't need it and I don't want it. So I'm slashing it when I see it. Alright, we got one thing to put in the bin. Those two can go in the bin. We're gonna hand deliver the strawberries to someone that's gonna give us money for them, because we want to immediately have that money to go get the lava katana. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make more gold bars. Excuse me, puppy. Trying to work over here. Okay. All right. Let's go place these sprinklers, and then we can head into town, sell those strawberries, and then I guess we just spend some more time in the mines waiting for the Adventurers Guild to open up. Okay, that is the last one I can do there. I mean, I guess I could do one there. It seems like such a waste just for 2 spots. And here also seems like such a waste. That would be for 1 spot? No, that would be for 2 spots. Alright, so let's start from the other end. Nope, not there. Okay, there. Alright, so it looks like this is actually... we're into the wall now. So it looks like that's actually the last of the quality sprinklers that I'm going to place. We'll just put this one there. That'll be a full sprinkler bed there. Oh, how about that? Excuse me, sprinkler. Alright, I mean, I'm not going to complain about iron ore. I was kind of hoping to see purple. Alright, so while we're waiting for the Adventurers Guild to open, we can do some more mining. I tell you what, there's time. There's time. I see an artifact spot hiding behind this tree. There's time. Let's get those Omni Geodes. What we're gonna want... I missed an ear of corn. What we're gonna want is... If we really want this to be a 100% full run, we want to use the warp totem to get to the desert. Okay, today's Tuesday, so he's not going to be selling staircases, but I can still buy spicy eel, right? And that's all. Okay. Pam doesn't get to the bus until close to 10 a.m. If we use the warp totem, if we use the warp totem, we can get there at 6:30. That's 3.5 hours of game time that we're in the Skull Caverns. It's very much Very much worth it. Okay, we just want to... Yep, there we go. There's one more potato. Once we do one skull cavern run, we'll have so many omni geodes. It's not going to matter that we just spent 3 on that. It's a very good investment. Alright, we're just going to pick up a little bit more forage. We still need to level up forage. Keep in mind. I don't know how many experience points the picking up of the forage is really giving me, but it's free. It's free, so I'm not going to turn it down. Alright, let's go to town and force Joja Mart to buy our strawberries. It's going to be about 20,000 gold for these strawberries. They won't buy them. Hey, Morris, I got a bone to pick with you. Yeah, no, I'm not giving you 500,000 gold right this moment because I don't have it. And part of the reason I don't have it is because you won't buy my strawberries. Wow, so I really am, I mean, going the Joja route, I really am kind of the bad guy here, aren't I? Because I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna make Pierre buy my strawberries. 87, so that's 17.4, so that's 19,000 gold. Yep, okay. And now we go to the Adventurers Guild, which I think they open at 2 p.m. So I think they are open now. So we're going to go there and we're going to buy our lava katana, which is just for me. I don't know that anyone else really wants to use the lava katana instead of the galaxy sword. I did not mean to come the whole way back to the farm. I just spaced out. You know, I'm not sure that I've ever seen Abigail here at the bus stop. The lava katana defense for me is just well worth the reduced damage output. I do feel you on that one, Sebastian. I do. I do think I've been thinking about this, and I think for this playthrough, I think we're going to romance Harvey. I don't know that there is another candidate that... Let's just replace it now, right? Just replace it now, get used to how it looks, get used to how it feels. I don't know that there's another candidate that kind of matches our vibe as much as Harvey does for this playthrough. We are a boring crop farmer that is not doing anything exciting or interesting except growing so many crops. We are boring, we are predictable, and I think Harvey is the match. Alright, we'll wait until we get... Do we want to do gold or do we want to do iron? I think we'll do iron farming right now. Just because that's what these bombs are made of. I think Harvey kind of matches our vibe. Right? We're just a simple crop farmer looking to lead an unexciting life. I'm not sure that there's really any other romance candidate that matches that. Maybe Penny? Maybe. I'm just not sure about that, though. I've done Penny before, and she's definitely boring, I'll give her that. But she does want kids. She wants things out of her life, right? Harvey is a simple creature. He just wants to get on his ham radio and talk to a plane that's flying overhead. And he wants people to be healthy. So I think that matches our farmer vibe pretty well. I'm not sure. There's time. There's plenty of time to hash that out. Maybe if there's a day where I have a bunch of viewers, I'll put a poll up to see who I should romance. But it has to match the vibe here. We're gonna have 3,400 starfruit on the farm at some point. Maybe not year 2, but maybe year 3. That's our goal here, is to fill every single tillable tile with starfruit. We're not building kegs, we're not building preserve jars. We are just a primary producer crop farmer trying to grow the biggest field of starfruit that anyone has ever seen. So I think Harvey is the way to go. But we've got plenty of time to figure that out. Plenty of time. I haven't even really started any relationships with anyone. You can see that. This is my relationship tab. We're in fall of year 1 right now. I have been so focused on just expanding the farm that I have not been interacting with hardly anyone. So there's plenty of time to figure that out. But for now, we're just trying to farm materials for all of the sprinklers that we need. Right now, I've already put down, I think, as many quality sprinklers as I want to put down. We are 100% ready to do a big skull cavern run. At that point, we will be ready to start doing iridium sprinklers. Although we are going to need Ginger Island so that we can have a shot at getting the solar panel recipe. Our lightning rods can only harvest so many battery packs per year. It's pretty limited. And each iridium sprinkler takes a battery pack. So there's only so many iridium sprinklers we can make until we get a more reliable source of battery packs, which is going to require solar panels. Still not the dwarf scroll I was looking for. Still looking for dwarf scroll 1. Have not found that one yet. Oh, there's a big iron deposit up here. Alright, we'll harvest this iron deposit and then we'll head home for the night. Alright, and we're gonna really hope, really fingers crossed here, that we find our iridium luck day tomorrow. We haven't found one yet. We've been ready for the skull cavern for a good week or so now, and have not found an iridium luck day yet. Alright, I know I have 3 more legend row to put in there. There we go. And that can go in, that can go in. That can go in. Everything else we keep. Alright, and should we put the iron in for bars? How many bars do we currently have? Let's just throw stuff in there and we'll count it up. We have 7 iron bars. We don't have any more gold bars. So let's make more quartz. And then I guess, right, we don't need more quality sprinklers. We want to start getting ready for iridium sprinklers. So I don't need more iron bars anymore. What I need, I'm gonna leave the galaxy sword there. We're not gonna use it. But when we go to do our skull cavern run, we're gonna pull all this stuff out and we're gonna put all this stuff in. Let me sell this Joja Cola. I'm so tired of that stuff. Alright. Yeah, I'm just not gonna drink the Joja Cola. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. I have a soda machine that's gonna pump out more Joja Cola every day, and I don't even like the stuff. Alright, so that legend catch in spring is just continuing to pay off. Just continuing to pay off, a little bit at a time. Gold watering can is ready. Oof. That is the worst possible luck you can get right there. Alright, love you, bud. Have a chill day inside. Alright, so we have nothing that we want. I mean, we could put the copper ore in there. I'm just not sure what we need the copper bars for. We could just use the copper ore for cherry bombs, but I'm not a big fan of cherry bombs. They're just not big enough. The blast area is just not big enough. Alright. So we can, right, we don't, I need to get used to the idea that I'm not making any more quality sprinklers. I've been making quality sprinklers for so long. Whoops, wrong bin. I've been making quality sprinklers for so long. Look at this. I've spent the whole year making quality sprinklers. Why do I have an empty spot here? guess I missed it when I was dropping seeds down. But yeah, I'm done with quality sprinklers. We're just waiting. There's another spot right there. Huh. All right. I'm ready. I'm ready for that Skull Cavern run. It's been over a week now, and we have yet to see one Iridium Luck day. All right. Can we swap out another tool? We do have 5 gold bars. So let's upgrade our pan. I don't want to risk putting the hoe in. It's going to be cutting it so close. Pumpkins are 13 days to mature, but I've got agriculturist. So I think they're going to be ready on the 12th. I don't want to be caught without my hoe when it comes time to plant another batch. I was really hoping to have done a Skull Cavern run already and to have Iridium sprinklers available for that second batch of pumpkins. So here's hoping tomorrow is a good luck day. I still have a good many sprinklers that we can fill with this second batch, but I was hoping to have those Iridium sprinklers up and running. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 times 8 is 136, I believe. 136 spaces for crops. So that is not the increase that I was looking for between these two harvests. I was hoping to go from 1,000 pumpkins to 1,500 pumpkins. Alright, so I guess we go do some gold farming after we swap out this tool upgrade. We have finished fishing, we finished mining, we finished farming. We still need to finish foraging and combat. The foraging will happen. It can take some time, but it will happen. We're going to be cutting down a bunch of trees to farm up some more wood for our charcoal furnaces, our charcoal kilns. So that's definitely going to happen. The combat is the hard one. And when we get close, I'll go ahead and make some monster musk. And we'll just do a combat farm mining run. But we're not really close enough right now. We need lots of materials. So for now, we're going to the mines specifically to farm gold ore. Because it's useful for both upgrading our tools and for making Iridium sprinklers. Alright, so we're gonna go farm some more gold ore. And we're just gonna keep hoping that tomorrow is an Iridium luck day. So that we can do our big Skull Cavern run that we've been planning for over a week now. We're all ready. We're all prepared. We've put the time in. We put the effort in. We're ready to go. We're just waiting for an Iridium luck day so that we can get as deep as possible, get as much iridium as possible, and make it really worth the time and effort. we're just going to keep resetting this floor 80 to 81. If we come upon a staircase, we're going to take it, but we don't really care about going down. For those of you that were here a minute ago, yes, I did put the Galaxy Sword in a chest, and I am using the Lava Katana instead. I appreciate the defense that it gives, especially for Skull Cavern runs. I am horrible at combat. Horrible at combat. I want to emphasize how horrible at combat I am. So, I like to use the Lava Katana because it provides more defense. And it's only slightly less damage. We're just going to kind of casually do this gold farm. We're going to go ahead and take advantage of any combat experience we can get while we're doing it. And maybe after a Skull Cavern run, we'll go ahead and make some Monster Musk and do a combat day. We do need to do a forest cutting day to try to get our foraging up. And we'll use the Monster Musk to try to do a combat day to get our combat up. We very, very much want our mastery so that we can get an iridium scythe to help us harvest this large farm worth of crops. Now we're not doing too bad considering this is the worst possible luck day you can get. I'm not that disappointed. We've got, you know, an okay amount of gold for the middle of the afternoon like we are. It's not as bad as it may have originally seemed. But I wouldn't want to waste my time in the Skull Cavern on a day such as this. The daily luck really, really does affect the ladder and shaft frequency. And when you go into the Skull Caverns, you really want to have the highest chance of getting ladders and shafts as possible. Getting deeper is the goal. Bringing home lots of materials is almost a byproduct of going deeper. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. Once you get past about floor 100 in the Skull Caverns, the iridium really starts to pick up. So you want to get to at least floor 100 before you start really trying to clear a floor. And I don't even really do that. I kind of do the same as I do here in the mines. I'm looking for resources. So if I see a cluster of resources, I will bomb it. If there's another cluster of resources, but it's far away from where I am now, and there's a ladder where I am now, I'm taking the ladder. There will be more resources further down. And the further down you go, the more of those resources are going to be iridium. So going down is the goal. once you get to about midnight, that's when it becomes time to think about just clearing a floor entirely, rather than searching for a ladder. At that point, you should be at least 150 to 200 levels down if you've got everything going for you. You know, this first run, maybe we only make it to floor 100 because we don't have as much luck, we don't have as much gear, we don't have as much money to have as many bombs. But we should make it past 100. But if you've got everything going for you, if you've got all the luck, if you've got all the bombs, especially after mastery, if you've got the statue of the Dwarf King and it's given you the extra ladders and stairs, shafts chance buff, you should definitely be 150 to 200 floors down by midnight no matter what. At that point, there's lots of resources down there to get. And you can definitely just clear floors without really worrying about getting much deeper. We're just rinsing and repeating, rinsing and repeating. We're going for gold ore here. Alright, I'm gonna do this for a little bit longer, and then we will head home and head to bed. You know, it's not going great here. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. 86 gold at 6:20 p.m., 6:30 p.m. It's not really that great. That's what bad luck days look like. Right? It's not like it's the end of the world. It's not impossible to do. But it's not going to be very efficient either. We just don't really have a lot else going on right now. We've been just waiting for these good luck days and have not been finding them. Alright, this is about the best ore nodes that we've gotten all day. That puts us over 100 for the day. Not terrible, not terrible. Alright, let's just grab some combat XP and then head home. We can chop some trees. We'll chop some trees to finish out the day. Alright, we'll sell that, we'll sell those. We keep the slime. That can be useful later. Okay, and we'll sell the rest. And then we'll go chop some wood. And hope for the best for tomorrow. Alright. If I do see iridium luck tomorrow, I'll go ahead and do the Skull Cavern run. If I don't see iridium luck tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream now. Because I'm getting ready to be done here. But I would like to show you what a good Skull Cavern run looks like for me. I'm not great. I'm not great. Oh, there's a Woody's secret book. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. 5% chance to drop double wood. Alright, it's 9:40 p.m. there. We want to keep chopping these. I'm leaving the saplings to grow because we always want more wood. We always want more wood because we're just feeding it right into those charcoal kilns so that we get some coal out of it. Because we've got to make our bombs by hand right now. We're not rich enough to buy them from the dwarf yet. And also, we can't even talk to the dwarf yet. We're still waiting on finding the Dwarf Scroll 1, which I'm hoping will just randomly drop in our Skull Cavern run. Alright. Alright, let's see. Let's see. What have we got? It's just good luck. I think I'm going to leave that alone. I want that iridium luck. I want to come home with lots of materials if I'm going to spend my day in the Skull Cavern where I don't even want to be there. So I think I'm going to call that a day. It's almost 10:30. Been streaming for 3 hours. So I'll sign off. I'll just pet the doggo there. Love you, bud. And I'll show you the current pumpkin farm as it stands. There it is. I've got at least some more spaces for the second planting since we didn't get a good luck day. Since we didn't get an iridium luck day. We did get a good luck day. Alright. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for chilling with me. I appreciate your patronage. And if you liked it, hit the follow button there. The link to my YouTube is in the bio. I put all these videos up so that if you need some help falling asleep later, you can hit play over there. So thanks for joining me. Have a great day.